Welcome back to another episode of Smoke and Mirrors. This is Rob, Dave, and Triz, and this is episode 106. We've scoured the web, the globe, all the hiding places to bring you the biggest movie news on the planet, but also some thoughts. This week we're discussing Black Adam. Uh, how you was going there?
Good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I was excited.
I am.
Very, very good. Got some big stories coming up.
It
Some
was
of
a
the
very,
biggest.
very good UFC card on today, and it was excellent. I was up at 6 o'clock and I watched them hits.
The early bird, my friend.
Mm.
The early bird.
Definitely got the worm champion.
Hey, yo. You get this worm. All right. So, first up, a little bit of confirmation that Black Samurai movie that Netflix was developing, they were looking for a director. Chad Stahelski will now jump into that role of director. It's not produced, it's not co-written, nothing, or developed. It is directed by Stahelski, which kind of puts him in line for like 3 samurai movies in a row. Because he's going to do this. He's got Shibumi on deck, and he's also got Ghost of Tsushima.
Mm-hmm. This the Katana trio, dog.
Yeah.
Isn't Netflix also doing that other Black Samurai story?
Yasuke.
Yasuke.
Yeah. So this isn't to be confused with the Omar Sy Yasuke.
Yes.
Yeah. This one's that novel adaptation from Mark Alden. He wrote a series of books. Starts off like he is an American soldier in Japan, but then he ends up almost being like an operative around the world, just like Kane, just on his travels helping people. Almost like he's like Jack Reacher, but trained by samurai.
Ed Black.
Yeah. Black Reacher.
Feel like thingy. Like Ninja Assassin, how they go all over the world dealing with assassinations and shit.
Yeah. But this one, it's like the series sees him tackle like international mysteries, taking down corrupt people.
Yeah.
Like the O's just like he's in there and getting busy. Apparently this is Stahelski's next project.
After John Wick.
Yeah. So this follows John Wick. With so much sort of adding up, like his schedule getting booked out pretty quickly, right? Could this be the final chapter for John Wick?
No.
Could it not be?
No, it just means that what's his face has more time in between.
I know, but like
just take a break.
He needs to not get any younger.
No.
I mean?
Yeah, like we're talking a year, so like not even. It'd be a couple of months break.
But it's like 2 years per movie. Develop, get them out, and it's 3 movies.
The one's already in the can, B. Reeves can stay young for 4 years. He's done it for 40.
This time he's gonna have to do it for 6. You better still be just like 4. Practicing the jujitsu.
4 years, not 6. 4 years.
Why?
Already, John Wick 4 is done.
Yeah, I know, but he's got Black Samurai, he's got Shibumi, and he's got Ghost of Tsushima.
He'll get it done. Ghost of Tsushima's not going to get done anytime soon. There's no writers. There's nothing.
There is a writer for Ghost of Tsushima.
Who's writing?
I'll look it up. I don't have it on the mental
Either
Rolodex.
Way, that's not going to get done. That's not going to get done straight away. That's 2 years out, 3 years out.
Well, that's why I said it last, because I know Shibumi, like, Stahelski's like ready to get that, get that done.
I tell you what, I really don't think Shibumi should be up there anyway, as well. You know what should be there?
What?
Fucking Highlander.
True.
Henry Cavill's not getting any younger.
That's a good point.
He's got a Highlander as well.
He's got Superman. He's going to be Superman again as well. So, like, they have to get it done now. And you've got The Witcher shooting.
That's a fucking. That's a line, man.
Remember?
Shit.
We reported Takashi Dosha.
Yeah.
He's going to pen the script. Yeah. Yeah, that's though.
So he's just penning, and then it's going to go through rewrites, and then they're going to check it to see how much money they're going to have to spend on it, and then it's going to get pushed back.
I also don't think Sony wants to lose the momentum because they got that fucking Horizon Zero Dawn coming out, Last of Us coming out. We just had
Uncharted just came out.
Uncharted. We'll probably get a sequel to Uncharted before we get Tsushima.
I reckon.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's 4 years away for him to start Tsushima.
Yeah.
But this man is like, he's like going to be like Del Toro.
Yeah.
He's got like 50 irons in the fire.
This is the Del Toro of action movies right now.
True.
We don't have an action movie.
Huh?
So we don't have an actual action movie director anymore.
No.
We don't have one. But like, as soon as Greengrass came through and fucked up action for everybody, Stahelski had to come and bring. He did. Stahelski had to come and bring it back to show people how to actually make action movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking hell. And how long was it between fucking the Greengrass era and fucking Stahelski? It's been a fucking minute.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Action didn't change again until John Wick changed it.
Yeah, that's true.
I would also argue John Wick with the Raid.
Yeah.
The Raid, actually. The Raid action didn't change until the Raid changed it. So Gareth Evans said, no. We don't do that here.
And then all the action choreographers were like coming out of their hiding holes like, it's safe not to use wires.
So when you watch like Atkins and he's interviewing like some of the stunt guys and all that sort of stuff, that's what they say.
Oh,
they're like, okay, so the Matrix came, was like, we don't have to use wires in that anymore. No. And then okay, we can actually shoot the fight like, you know, in a wide angle. Yeah. No, we're gonna do that.
That was horrible. The post-Matrix action movies went OD wire work, and some of it was just dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was stuff that didn't need it.
Like a little job would need wire.
I just see a motherfucker suspended just like an inch off the ground and they're using wires for this shit.
True. Like you get like those ballistic expert Sever sort of movies where it was like heavily influenced by the Matrix and all that sort of stuff. Equilibrium is also extremely heavily influenced by what's his face, and that's extremely waifu stuff that they're doing. Yeah, like it's
true.
Yeah, it's only like until Gareth Evans showed us the way again. Like this is the way. Otherwise, we'd be stuck. We'd be stuck right now.
It's true.
Wick does not hit the way it does if it's like done waifu and just disgustingly like bloody Greengrass.
Yeah, that's true. Disgustingly.
It's true.
But so moving on. So obviously we got our entrance of Charlie Cox as Daredevil in the She-Hulk series properly, as well as he was in Spider-Man No Way Home, which was fucking awesome to see him reprise the role. So exciting to actually see it all happening. And then we got the announcements, Daredevil Born Again, all that shit. So Charlie Cox was on Variety and he's talking about like, you know, his journey through everything. And he was saying like, look, with Daredevil, and then like, you know, everything getting cancelled, I lost a lot of hope for like reprising this role or this character. And I've really got to thank a lot of the people out there who were like, you know, rooting for me to come back and like doing the Save Daredevil campaign. They really helped me like get out of that rut because even when I didn't believe, they did. And that really helped me moving forward. And he was talking about like, you know, when he walked in for that She-Hulk cameo and he saw his suit, his original suit from the original Netflix series. He's like, all right, cool. You know, they probably just asked me to come in and see if it still fits and shit like that. But then he sees like the red and gold and he's like, who's that? And then he sees it and it's the Daredevil suit. And he's like, this is fucking cool. I need this shit. Well, this is fucking cool, man. Like Charlie Cox as like even Matt Murdock is great for me. Like that for the first and third, or actually seasons 2 and 3 of Daredevil were my shit. Fucking really enjoyed that.
I think what was missing in She-Hulk, because I hate that red and gold suit.
Yeah.
I know the fans of the comic love it.
Mm.
I need to see it in the dark.
Yeah.
Like I seen it in way too much sunlight and it was too well lit. I need to see it in proper mood Daredevil lighting.
You know how Universal owns the Hulk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did Marvel get the rights to do a whole... God, how many episodes was there? 9? 2.5 hour essentially movie, or 3.5 hour with Hulk characters.
What's his face? Universal doesn't own the Hulk.
Oh,
Remember, it's a distribution deal. It's they only get to like release it under the Universal banner, but they don't own the character rights. That's why like that shit ended this year. So now they're setting it up for another solo Hulk adventure, which is gonna be sick.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wish what's his face Daredevil goes back home to Hell's Kitchen and they just rag on him and they just like, you know, and then he just has to put the black suit on. That's my favorite suit from him.
Yeah.
Even if it's the black, like still with the horns and shit.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a Special Ops Daredevil like comic where he's wearing all black and he's just got the DD in red, the double D.
He does. We saw that in there is a comic, I've seen it. And he suits black, yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so staying with Marvel. So the rumor that came out this week was that Adam Driver is at the top of the list to play Mr. Fantastic in the new Fantastic Four film. Right? I don't mind the casting. I always thought that what's his face was going to be, you know, he was going to stay on. John Krasinski was going to stay on as Mr. Fantastic, but I suppose he's just the Mr. Fantastic in that universe.
Yeah.
Even though the strangers looked all the same. Anyway.
Yeah.
The other rumor is he's not going to be Mr. Fantastic, and he's actually going to be cast as Dr. Doom, which for me fits 1,000% better, like 1,000,000% better. And Adam Driver as Doom would be amazing.
Yeah. And it'd suit the way that he talks, the way that he holds himself and presents himself.
Yeah.
He's a good villain. Adam Driver can be an immaculate villain. He can play evil really well
when he wants to.
Yeah, and Doom kind of straddles that line.
You know, not a mustache twirling evil, you know, like he is in Star Wars, like proper evil,
like a layered villain. Yeah,
like that scene with him and Han when he stabs Han is beautiful. It's perfect. Because you like the acting there is just amazing, and that's Doom. That there is Doom.
But Doom is also in control.
Extremely.
Like he's the manipulative. Welcome you in and then unleash the fucking horrors.
Yeah. He is Mr. Burns.
Always saw Doom as like the evil Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Like very suave, makes you feel comfortable, and then just fucking destroys you.
Yeah.
He is the evil Tony Stark. He should be the evil Tony Stark, which would be cool.
Yeah.
And Hammer should make his suit.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But do you reckon with that Silver Surfer shit, it's gonna just fucking set everything up from there as well?
I hope so. I need a special every year.
Fucking 100%.
Yeah. I'd take all these movies as specials.
Yeah.
It's a 1 hour and 9 minute special every single year, and I'd be set. You don't even have to release them at the movies. You could if you wanted to.
They could make people pay like $5.
People would pay.
Yeah.
They would pay it
Yeah.
on
If
that
the con-
premiere access shit that Disney Plus had.
Yeah, but then they'll get greedy and they'll be like, well, if they'll pay so and so for an hour, we might as well tag another hour on there and make it a full blown movie.
Yeah.
And then it becomes trash because then it's too much
True.
filler.
Then they've got an hour of content spaced over 2 hours.
That's right. And filler. You got an
Yeah.
hour of filler. That's why Werewolf by Night works so well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There was no filler.
Yeah.
Just get to the money.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That was
Fuck
shit.
yeah.
Fuck, I loved Werewolf by Night.
Fucking
So good.
oath.
So good.
All right, moving on to one of the most high profile cases in Hollywood that has spanned years now.
Yeah.
It's like 2 years now.
Is it only 2 years? I thought it was like 8 years. When did House of Cards finish?
2020.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, that's
Can't be
when
that short ago.
that's when the shit went down.
Hmm.
Dang.
Was 2020.
In the COVIDs? Nah. I heard about this before the COVID, Scott.
Yeah, when was it?
2018?
No, Anthony Rapp at the legal action in September 2020, but he would have
Jesus.
announced it before that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So it was an SA case
Yeah.
against Kevin Spacey for allegedly touching Anthony Rapp when he was 14 years old and Spacey was around 26, 27. Right?
Yeah.
A jury has dismissed the SA case, the lawsuit against Spacey, and found that with reasonable doubt, Spacey did not commit the act. We don't know for sure. It could have happened, but just not under the circumstances that Spacey may have presented.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Anthony Rapp has released a statement. So he said,
And he's gone.
Mm.
Sorry,
Alright.
dog. You left off at a statement was the last word.
okay, well, let me read that statement out. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to have my case heard before a jury, and I thank the members of the jury for their service. Bringing this lawsuit was always about shining a light as part of the larger movement to stand up against all forms of sexual violence. I pledge to keep on advocating for efforts to ensure that we can live and work in a world that is free from sexual violence of any kind. I sincerely hope that survivors continue to tell their stories and fight for accountability. Yeah, I would imagine he's pretty pissed.
Yeah.
That things didn't work out the way that he kind of he thought they would.
Mm.
Hmm.
There's nothing in me that's kind of not believing him.
No,
You know what I mean?
I 100% believe him.
And separately, Kevin Spacey is facing 5 charges in the UK of SA,
Mm-hmm.
and he has pleaded not guilty to those as well. So every other case that Spacey's come up against has been dismissed, and he's been found not guilty. I don't know if it's just everyone's kind of cashing in and making these cases, or like what the case is, or Spacey has unbelievable proof on the most powerful people in the world, and he's using that now. Because there is a theory, if we can go into conspiracy theory territory, where Spacey said on a late night show that he went to Epstein's Island, right? And he's got photos on this camera, and he showed the camera that he's got it on. I don't know what that means. Is that a threat? Is that him saying, you know what I mean?
It's none of that. They would have subpoenaed all that evidence now anyway with Gillen. Gillen's like doing a
Yeah.
full on hour interview soon. They haven't 80/60 yet, surprisingly. Um, do you know why? The reason why this doesn't go forward is because they're men.
What do you mean?
They're men. If Kevin Spacey were to have done this to a woman, dude would have actually gone to jail.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's hard for a jury to see, another man getting sexually assaulted, especially by a man.
I think sexual assault in Hollywood is not, especially to minors and children,
Hmm.
is not penalized at all.
No,
How
it's
did
not.
Victor Silva do what he did and then go on to make Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2?
Mhm.
Like, it's
Didn't
not
he
like
come back for 4?
no,
Are you sure?
I think he made 3.
Yeah. He
How
did
did he come
3.
back for 3 then?
Well, he was in prison and served his prison sentence and then made Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers was the return movie.
Oh.
Yeah. How does
That's a
that
bit
work?
wild.
Yeah.
So that would mean, in theory, that R. Kelly could sort of just do his time and then come out and just be like, serve my time, and then everybody would just, that's it.
Who's this? R. Kelly.
Yeah. Everybody would just be like, he served his time. Give him that record deal. That
That'd be
means
disgusting.
that right now, Bill Cosby could go out and do stand up and get shows and do all that sort of stuff because the legal system fucked him.
If Bill Cosby wanted to, he could film his stand-up special in his house and put it on Patreon for $5 a hit.
Yeah, it's true. And people would want to watch it just to see if he
Yeah.
talked about the allegations.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if Cosby went out and he was like full, like foul mouthed and everything, if he didn't do the zip zap zoobity doo and all that,
Mm.
Jello puddings,
Yeah.
people would flock to that shit just to see it.
Mhm.
100%. Everybody wants to see the monster. That's how horror movies work.
Mm. I wouldn't
Yeah.
go see that monster.
No. Not at all.
Me neither. Same with R. Kelly. I don't play his
No.
shit.
What do you mean? I still play R. Kelly's music.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
I was never an R. Kelly fan. Ever.
R. Kelly got some bangers, dog.
Yeah. Soon as
Kevin-
yeah.
They playing that in the showers. in prison.
Jesus.
Now he's singing it now, supposedly.
I just see him like the prisoners coming up, and it's like the start of She's Got That Vibe. Hey, you R. Kelly, man. Oh shit! But so moving back to superheroes, right? So we had Black Adam come out, and now all the news is coming out about like Black Adam hitting and what's the sequel going to look like. So Haram Garcia and Beau Flynn talking to comicbookmovie.com, and they're like, look, it won't take as long as it did to get the first movie off the ground if we do a sequel. Like, we will be good to go as soon as possible when it comes to making a script and getting all the plans underway. But as well as that, like trying to keep this as spoiler free as possible, there were elements that were introduced at the end of the movie, which we'll discuss later, which might have a bigger piece in the sequel as well. So they're saying they really want to flesh it out, but keep it over more than just another movie. They want it to be a long-standing thing moving forward too. Have more of a partnership than just a one and done. Which means they could be talking about a franchise for Black Adam.
You would hope so. They want that.
Mm.
The amount of money that they sunk into this movie,
Yeah.
they want that franchise out of it.
Mhm. And The Rock wants a franchise out of it as well.
Yeah.
That $7 production tag was massive on the screen.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Pause.
I'd be excited for a sequel, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
also more excited that they're going to move on it quite quickly. In the next 2-3 years, we'll get a sequel.
Yeah.
Because we waited 10 years for
15
this
years.
movie. 15 years. There you go.
But it's been feeling like with everything The Rock's been putting out recently that he's been looking for a franchise deal. Like having the stuff with Disney, doing the Jumanji movies, like doing all this other stuff, and now he's found a place where he can just keep it rolling on one thing.
That's the franchise man.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Rock was the franchise man. He's got bloody, like, beforehand he had Fast and Furious. Vin
Mm.
Diesel could say what he wanted. Everybody went to go watch that movie because The Rock was in that movie.
Shit
Yeah.
only got better when he showed up.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
He left that franchise, sets up his own franchise within that franchise. Balling. What's his face? Sets up, goes and does Jumanji, sets up the franchise, goes and does Jungle Cruise, sets up the franchise, does Black Adam, sets up the franchise, does Red Notice, sets up the franchise. This is the franchise man.
And I'm pretty sure that shit over at Amazon's going to be franchised out too.
It will be because they can do a different Christmas. Hey, maybe he's got Jewish kids. Maybe he has to save them kids at Hanukkah as well. You don't know.
True.
The Kwanzaa conspiracy.
That's right. God damn it. Yeah, The Rock is killing it.
Yeah, he
True.
really is. Ain't
Yeah.
no stopping this man.
Nah.
This is the $1 billion man. Like, this
Yeah.
man made $1 billion, and he can still go wrestle if he wants to.
True.
I feel like having a little workout now. I'll go wrestle. That's
More
the
of a
man.
workout. Fucking hell.
Jesus. All right. Now, final piece of news there. So we've had early reactions come through for Creed 3. Right. The reactions are extremely good so far. These are test screenings that are happening. The standout supposedly is is Dame. What's his name?
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, John Majors' character. And supposedly it's the best villain they've had in the series. Kind of already, we said that kind of last week already. The other villains were kind of trash.
Yeah.
What's his face? But his performance is supposedly just next level, and he just steals that show supposedly. And there's people actually wanting a franchise with Dame, with his character, which is wild when you think about it.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That would be cool if it did transition like that, eh?
Yeah.
Like a little spin-off.
Yeah.
Be mad. Because then it's almost like Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai had this precedent, like, let's follow the loser. You know what I mean? And see what his character arc is and spend some time with him.
Yeah.
I would not mind that. A boxer that was sort of like on this villainous arc turnaround.
Yeah.
Mate, that is you're going to cry in that movie.
Yeah, but then we get to deal with like Dame's demons and all that sort of stuff. You know, I want to see that movie. God.
Yeah.
And also him turning it around.
Yeah.
Like the forgiveness piece in that.
But do you think he still fights Creed at the end? I'd love to see the switch. The way where we get to see Creed as the bad guy.
Ooh.
Instead of like, that just the White Knight. Yeah.
True.
I haven't really done that.
There's a lot of shit there that they can still like fucking unpack. Like obviously this is the first like proper emotional fucking villain that we've had for Creed, who's had like a direct connection with him. But at the same time, we still got to see that the fucking Apollo effect. Because Apollo didn't stop. Like your daddy died in the ring. So we got to see if like maybe he takes the opportunity to see Dame like, become the champion, and then he takes the time to fucking like, raise his daughter and actually just retire and all that shit. Maybe turns from Creed to Anderson.
No. He can't retire just yet. He's too young.
I thought in the trailer he was part retired
I thought so as well. It looks
because he had
today.
set up like that franchise and shit. Like
Yeah.
he got civilized.
Yeah,
Kind of was civilized in 2, to be honest.
after he wins the title.
Yeah.
True.
But it looks like in this one, it's confirmed Florian Monteano and Ricky Conlon
Oh,
back. Both of them is back.
wow.
Yeah.
Will they both get rematches?
I don't
I'm
know.
paying for
That's
these fights.
a long movie. Like if Creed loses, it's because he overfought.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Like, what do you reckon they started off like Creed 2, where it's the comeback fight for Conlon, like it was with Andre Ward, with Danny Wheeler and him?
That'd be sick. That would be cool.
And then considering, like, Sperino is what, the number 3 pound for pound or something like that,
Mm.
he would need to fight Dame and then fight Creed. So I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, and that's
But
why Sperino's in the ring.
what if
just
Creed
dead like
dies
that.
in the end of this one?
I don't think he'll die.
But like, imagine like that was the trajectory because they were going to do that like spin-off with Dame.
It'd
'Cause then
be
he's
like
gotta-
his father dying in the ring all over again. I don't want to see Apollo die again, dog. That's the worst thing in the world.
I know,
True.
but that's the arc. Like, does Michael B. Jordan want to do more than this?
I'd say so.
At the
I
same,
thought Michael B. Jordan was setting up his franchise with this one, like setting up him directing a franchise with this one.
That'd kind of be cool if he
Yeah.
went the Sly route.
Yeah,
there's like a handful of things I don't want to see at the end of this movie, and I don't want it to be the Warrior ending, where like they carry each other out of the ring, the whole "I love you" type shit. Like I want it to like clean cut end, and also don't want to see Rocky show up at the end and actually throw the towel this time because fucking Creed's cop in the hiding.
So what?
No, that one's-
He's
I think
out
that
the
was
whole
the second
movie,
one.
but then sprints
Yeah.
from Canada.
Just that fucking horse run.
I honestly think this one ends with Creed losing.
I would not be mad at that.
Yeah,
Same.
it doesn't have to say to be continued at the end of it, but like it just leaves it there.
Hmm.
Like they go the full 10 rounds, and then this is like unanimous decision, or the what's his face decision. It's Dame,
What
and
if
then
they don't
him looking over, and then cut to black.
or they don't even make it to the decision because him and Dame are like sort of patching shit up, and you don't even hear the decision.
I need to hear the decision. Buffer's going to be in that ring, goddammit. There's no way you're not going to hear Buffer.
True.
'Cause
I
they
don't
did
know.
that in one of the Rocky movies
The first one.
where like it doesn't really focus on the decision, it more focuses on
It's the first one.
Yeah.
The very first Rocky, because he doesn't care about the decision that's being read out. He's more interested in where's Adrian? Like, I need Adrian. Like, where's Adrian?
Hmm.
Because he had already won. He went the distance with Creed where nobody could.
Yeah.
This is the love story disguised as the boxing movie. It's the best movie in the world.
yeah.
True.
That's why Rocky hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna watch all that shit now.
Yeah. I'm just watching them Creeds.
What
I'll be muddying the waters with the Brock's adventures there.
do you mean? I was to watch 1 to 4, and then for me, that's where it ends. And then it's Creed 1 and 2. I gotta watch 5. I have to.
Balboa is the only one.
True. Yeah. I haven't watched Balboa since the Blu-ray.
Oh shit.
I love
Yeah.
that movie.
All right. That's a wrap on all the news this week. All right, getting into our thoughts. So it was Atlanta episode 7. This was an Van and Lottie episode,
Mm.
just revolving around them. and that family unit. And at the moment, Ern and Van are they're separated. They're not together, but they co-parent really, really well.
Mm.
After getting back from Europe. Um, so this episode it went through them sort of like camping and going on this little adventure, whatnot. But then it kind of culminated in Ern saying he wants to get back together with Van and move to LA.
Oh
That's where
shit.
his job's going.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because he's trying to get out of Atlanta. And
What's he gonna do
Van
with
at
that
that point,
paperboy?
oh, I'm pretty sure he could manage him from the road if he really needed to.
Yeah, that's true.
Or he
But
goes with him.
At this point, Paperboy is like an OG.
I did notice that actually.
Yeah,
In those first couple of episodes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because Ern doesn't let his pride get the best of him, and him to hold back and kind of go, okay, that's your decision. He really presses Van to face into what's going to happen with our relationship, because Ern doesn't want to let go. He says, like, I could find someone new, and I could, like, move to LA, and I'll see you guys, like, once, twice every year when I kind of come back. But I don't want that. I want us to be a family there. And then Van agrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's prefacing, because at the end of the episode, they're like, hey, isn't there rain coming? Because they're out camping, and they're like, all right, just leave all the shit and let's just go. So that's kind of where the episode ended. I don't know what's coming. I think there's like another 1 or 2 episodes left. Yeah, but I'd like to see Ern and Van together. We got
especially for their kid, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Lottie.
Yeah.
We got another episode of Let the Right One In. So this releases on a Friday. So from now on, it'll be this episode on the Sunday that we kind of talk about it. But this episode was all about Mark, who's played by Demon Bashir. So he wants to just pack up, leave all of his shit there, and get the fuck out because of all the shit that's kind of happened. Mainly because his next door neighbor is a detective. Yeah. So on that front, he kind of goes, well, we got to go now, but his daughter doesn't want to. And he goes, all right, well, then I need to start cleaning up all the shit that I created. And it's funny when you do that, you end up dragging more people in to the shit. So his best friend that he's kind of been working in his restaurant, he drags him in to help him offload the body and dump it in the river and shit like that. The next door neighbor basically finds the how I was talking about all the murders and stuff that's happening in NY. So she finds a vampire, basically. Yeah. In the sewers. So the vampire was hiding in the sewers the whole time. So I don't know if it's a vampire or if it's someone high on that drug. So yeah. But when she goes into it, it's like a lion's den. It's like all these dead bodies and bones and shit like that just on the floor. And then her partner gets attacked. And then she kills the vampire.
Yeah.
Shoots it in the head.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know the law. She did shoot it in like the chest and stuff like that, but then ended up shooting him in the head, and yeah, he went down. And then the third perspective was the daughter. So that rich guy Arthur, he got his daughter, and he's trying to sort of help his son with vampirism. He ends up dying in the episode. And did I mention Nick Stahl is in this show?
No, you did not.
And Nick Stahl is looking fucking good.
What
You
do
know,
you
Nick
mean?
Stahl was kind of like a little bit gaunt and frail and sort of like just lanky and shit.
Yeah. In Sin City, he looked like a drugger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is like solid now.
Put the
Shit.
lesbian, huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
Has been putting in the twice a days in the gym.
Mm.
So yeah, he's in there. He kind of they're looking into the brain responses that Peter has when he needs to feed or when he does feed. So if they can replicate that, they can help with the pain management of because he's burnt.
He's burnt.
Basically. Yeah.
So these vampires don't regenerate.
Not with feeding. Because I was looking at that as well. Because he fed in the last episode. He fed, and it didn't regenerate him. So it's almost like that regeneration process is like still human.
Mm.
Yeah.
Trash.
And then the last thing that kind of happens is Ellie helps Isaiah. Ellie's Mark's daughter.
Yeah.
So helps Isaiah, her next door neighbor, because he's been bullied now because she helped him with this magic show in the last episode. And then all these kids kind of got showed up because they were telling him that he was going to piss his pants on stage, and then she helped him out by doing this disappearing act and then like prestiging it and reappearing on the other side of the stage. So yeah, they're all like pressuring Isaiah, and then they beat him down.
Yeah.
And then yeah, she ends up sneaking up on this guy and just fucking breaking his finger.
Fuck.
Just like telling him like stay the fuck away. He squeals and runs away. I love when bullies get their fucking comeuppance.
Fucking A.
Shit is fucking fire.
From the bullies become the bullied.
But again, really loving this show. It's so cool. Well, not cool, but I like that it's about parents, sort of parenting through trauma, because of trauma, with trauma. Shit's got layers to it. I didn't expect it. I think that's what's interesting about it. And the episodes just fly. The pacing on these is just, beautiful.
I saw it there in Paramount Plus. I'll give it a gander.
All right. We got episode 7 of American Gigolo. Which one? What was this one about?
They this one there they spent a lot of time with is it Mary or Michelle? Michelle's character and her husband. Right? And they basically go through their relationship and how it was sort of falling apart, and then she was there basically just because her son was born. He finds out or comes to the realization that, hey, probably isn't my son. Yeah. Which is weird. Like he never thought of that before.
He didn't know she was fucking around before either. And pieces just like clicked in. Yeah. Be a hard realization, but I did like that Stratton was like, no, he's my son.
Yeah.
Fuck
I
that
raised
other
him.
guy.
I took care of him when he was crying and fed him. He's
Yeah.
my son. Yeah.
I agree with him.
As do I. He's a good man.
Yeah.
Julian ends up. The last episode ended with that chick, the new madam in his
Isabel
in his room. This one starts with her and just a conversation that they're having. What's his face? And her telling him to stop talking to the police and all that sort of stuff. And he doesn't tell her that he's got a child. which
Yeah.
is crazy. Um, cut to, um, there's that, is it Panache? What's his name?
Yeah, Panish.
Panish. He's like, there. He's ready to pay the ransom for Julian's son. Says, fuck it, I'm a run. Dickhead gets caught on the way to LAX. $3 million in the car. Like an idiot. So obviously didn't pay the ransom for the son. Um, and then what else happened?
Tell you what, I would not leave $3 million unzipped in a fucking suitcase.
What an idiot.
I hate when they do that shit in movies.
Well, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Basically, this episode ended with Isabel basically buying Julian's son,
Yeah.
trying to create another Julian. Julian
Yeah.
2. Kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And it's like she's falling into the exact same shit Olga was into.
That's right.
You did find out about the Lisa Beck,
That's the thing.
and what's her face? The chick that Julian supposedly had killed,
Janet Holmes.
Janet Holmes. And you find out that Lisa Beck and Janet Holmes were actually twin sisters.
Yeah.
And Janet was investigating
Olga.
and the death. So she had gone to like some of Julian's clients that she had been with and whatnot. So then it kind of, does that mean that Olga could have killed her? Does that mean that Isabel could have killed her?
I think Isabel killed her, man.
I do too.
The little footprints on the floor was
Yeah. She was the first one at
Yeah.
the scene. So she was probably the one that did it.
Mhm.
But the link there is McGregor.
Mm.
That's how Isabel has that connect to then
Yeah.
buy Colin.
Yeah.
Because McGregor's always kind of been around.
Mm-hmm. Dirty fucker. But yeah, is this ending next week, or like it feels like it should?
Yeah.
To be honest.
I think next week is the last episode.
Yeah, it's 8 episodes for this season.
Yeah. Did you watch any Interview with the Vampire there?
I did. I watched the first episode. It was all right. I watched the second one as well, which wasn't too bad.
Okay.
It's just weird. It's different, very different. Louis is an out and out, well, not out, but like he refers to himself as like a homosexual in this. So he's like, he is gay here, but hides it.
Yeah.
Because he is a person of color, and I mean he's essentially a pimp in here as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but what was good was the sort of seduction, the vampire seduction of like Lestat trying to get Louis to sort of basically be his companion for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
that was cool. That was interesting.
And how are those guys like Grey Worm and that Aussie guy?
They're really good. Is he an Aussie, that guy?
Yeah.
Wow. They're really good. Really, really good. Good chemistry there between the two.
Yeah.
It's very violent, this show. There's a lot of blood in here.
And how's that update? You know how they moved it from, was it the late 1800s or early? I don't know. But it was kind of, it was really old. Like by that point, it was like 100 years or so.
I think it's 200 years. I think it's like 16 something.
Yeah.
And then now this is 18 something. Yeah.
How is that jump compared to the other one?
It's weird because it's sort of, it's still the like the end of that 1600 sort of era.
Yeah.
Coming into the newer sort of era, you know what I mean? So we're talking like, gangsters and all that sort of stuff. And yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That era is really cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, because Louis back in the original was a plantation owner.
Yeah. So in this one, his father, um, they had sugar fields, right?
Okay.
And his father, within 4 months, loses all of their money. So Louis has to go open up like brothels and all that sort of stuff to sort of keep the family going.
Yeah.
Becomes really successful at it. He's one of the few sort of black owners on the street there. Yeah,
Mm,
which is also why Lestat sort of, you know,
yeah.
is drawn to him.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hmm. You gonna
But yeah,
keep it going with the show?
oh, I've only watched 2 episodes. We'll see what that third one is.
Okay.
In the last of the episode 2, you get to see him sit down to dinner with his the person that's interviewing him, right? And
Mm,
there's a scene where they say, Mr. DuPont will join you at um at serving 7. He's like, what? He's like, at serving 7, he'll join you. All right. The guy eats his meal up to the 7th course, and then Louis sits down and they tell the guy what he's having, and then they tell Louis what he's having, and it's like an aged blood basically, and you see him take off the quaff, and he starts spooning that blood and eating it. The next course comes out, and it's this live like fox, and you see him just bite into this thing, drink its blood. He was like, I don't kill humans anymore. So he'll just have, at one of the courses, he'll have one of the guys come out and he'll bite them and just drink as much as he can and then let them go.
sure.
It's like the sort of familiars that they had in what's his face, remember, in when they're in Paris in the movie.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Shit.
It's interesting. I'm yeah, probably finish off the next 2 episodes and then
Might have to give this one a watch there,
yeah.
so I can just compare the two. Got the right one in and an interview with the vampire.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. The big one for the week pause was Black Adam.
Hmm.
Blacked Adam.
Jesus.
So this tells the story of Teth Adam
Death Adam.
returning hundreds of years later, thousands of years later,
5,000 years later.
5,000 years later to the modern world. And you don't know if he's protector, if he's conqueror. What the hell is he?
Yeah.
And yeah, he's helping this family against foreign invaders and a search for a mythical item.
Hmm.
All right. What was your guys' initial thoughts? Do you like it? Hate it? Mixed?
Um, for me, it was a pretty run-of-the-mill superhero movie. We see an origin, we see a problem, we learn about his powers, and then everything sort of goes from there. There wasn't anything that really struck it as different to the regular like superhero fare that we've gotten. I don't know if that's us having more bougie taste now compared to fucking what we've been getting over the last 10, 20 years, but it was enjoyable, but it was just very much the same of what we've had before.
Yeah, for me, I didn't mind it, man. It was just a superhero origins movie.
Mm,
We
Yeah.
need to get through this one so we can get a proper movie in the next one.
Yeah.
true.
What'd you think there?
For the most part, I liked it.
Hmm.
For the most part, I did find it light. Like it wasn't heavy and steeped in so much exposition that you had to wait for the next movie. I think they did a lot in this one
Mm,
just to introduce and serve the character of Black Adam, which was fine. Know what I mean? The only real problem that I had with Black Adam was the stakes itself. So he was never in any real danger.
Nah.
at all. So you always believed that, hey, he was going to save the day, he was going to crush his foes, and he was going to have his enemies kneel before him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I never had a doubt that he'd make it to the end of the movie, even at the lowest point for the character.
Hmm.
But let's talk characters, because there's a fuckload of them in the movie,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I also think didn't hurt the movie. It didn't bog it down, but it came at the cost of those characters not being so fleshed out.
Mm.
True.
So I want to start at my favorite, who was Adam, the Atom Smasher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noah
Noah
Centineo.
Centineo.
Mm.
He fucking, for me, he nails this role. I had not seen anything else that he did, but he got the tone right for the film. Like, I think he was probably the only one that kind of nailed that tone perfectly.
Yeah.
And
He was really and whatnot in the movie, but everyone else was playing it very seriously.
yeah, but also trying to have fun in that serious kind of tone.
Yeah.
I thought he did really well. I really liked his powers. I liked how they showed him on screen, and his mask reminded me of Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the
dude.
eyes.
Yeah.
He also has like a kind of cool cameo with Henry Winkler in there. But I think the pieces that they kind of gave him worked so well for a superhero that was new to the superhero game.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked better than the their version of doing that with Flash, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked really well. Who was my least favorite character was that chick, because they didn't really give her that much to do.
Yeah.
That's
Cyclone.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about her.
Yeah, same. I would have liked to have
Yeah,
known more, because she's super smart and the powers of a hurricane. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Or a cyclone.
yeah.
It's,
Um,
I don't know, it's two cool things that you can put together.
She
And
has
yeah.
the power. So it's a cyclone.
Yeah.
So she would have the rain and
Yeah.
the thunder and the lightning and the wind, and
yeah.
but she only does them little whirlwinds in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's almost like they
Just hamstring that character.
yeah. And they used her for I don't know the word, but to make it look like dazzling on screen.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's why they gave her the costume that they gave her, so that when she spun, like, it was like, ooh.
Yeah. She was peacocking in the movie.
Yeah. But they could have taken that character out and the movie would have still functioned properly. But I would
Yeah.
have liked to have seen her like fully fleshed out. Not like
Yeah.
given a bit more to do and to showcase her as a character more. But yeah, you're right. I think we move into Dr. Fate there, who in the trailers was kind of played up to be almost villainous, because like, hey, I've seen the future, so I got to take you down. But I think he's given the most to do, other than Black Adam.
Mhm.
Well, to be honest, I don't think Black Adam got that much to do in the movie. He
didn't.
kind of,
He didn't actually. When I think about it now,
yeah. It was just the guy that broke shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Dr. Fate was really calling the shots there.
Yeah. I didn't understand that. Who was in charge? Was it Hawkman or Fate?
It's supposed to be Hawkman. They're on his
Yeah.
fucking ship.
I'm pretty sure Hawkman's meant to be the leader of the JSA.
I didn't get that dynamic. So
No.
Dr. Fate was I think they executed the powers really, really well. That mirror dimension type shit. Him sort of like his magical powers. That was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan did well in the role. Him sort of recalling Fate and the way that he kind of played it.
Yeah.
That was not Pierce Brosnan's body when he was in costume,
No.
was it?
No, it was not.
Hell no.
That was his head.
Yeah. There's his floating head in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think they did well. I think right now we kind of just like have to go spoilers, spoilers, spoilers.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. It's worth seeing. It is spectacle on the big screen and a classic sort of like big superhero movie. There's
Yeah.
a lot of action in this.
Hmm.
It also went by at a pretty good click as well,
It did. It did
Yeah.
actually.
and it was pretty fast.
Yeah.
So the yeah, when Dr. Fate, at this point we're gonna go right into spoilers.
Mm.
But Dr. Fate kind of he makes the sacrificial move at the end.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that was earned with Hawkman.
No.
No.
Like when he's like, my old friend, like I'll take this one for the team. I was like, was
I
there a
would've said-
team though?
If it was me, I'm sending Hawkman in there, guys.
Yeah.
And I'm coming back and saving the fucking day. I'm coming through.
But could you not have seen that, like, you know, Ishmael was going to be the bad guy all along?
100%.
Go get him, wring his neck, and throw him into jail.
Like surround him with like
Yeah.
you know a whole bunch of your O's.
Yeah.
Before he gets the crown,
Mm.
and then you're kind of out. You know what I mean?
Can I say that Marwan Kenzari was so underused in this movie as well? Like, he's a solid fucking actor. They could have fleshed him out a bit more.
That's right. They do more in the old guard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That is the guy from the old guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Jafar.
Yeah, both Aladdin and this, they did not use him correctly as a villain.
Yeah.
And he could have done so much, but from the start, you knew he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as he did that fucking disappearing act, I was like, here we go.
There he is.
Fuckery is afoot. But yeah, I think for me, he was the worst part of the movie
Mm.
Yeah.
because they just did not use him. He was
Yeah.
an ineffective villain with nothing to do, and the only thing he wanted was power.
The villain should have honestly just been the JSA.
Yeah,
True.
which is what I thought it was.
That's what it should
I
have
thought
been.
it was going to be that.
Yeah. Considering Dr. Fate has Egyptian ties,
Hmm.
you would think they could have used him to, like, you know, he was secretly the bad guy the whole time trying to get this damn crown of Sabak.
Yeah,
I don't understand. If Dr. Fate knew that Black Adam was going to come back eventually,
Mm.
why would he just not go to that grave thing first? The tomb first and just steal the crown.
I think with I
Like,
think
did you have to wait or
sat there and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna let this one play out.
I was gonna do that, but then I went on with the rest.
I think with Dr. Fate, like I think they try to instill like he has a sense of hesitation whenever he tries to tell the future. And I think with like the stills that you get, that's exactly how you get it. It's just like almost like just quick 1 seconds of everything. So you don't know exactly what's gonna happen, but you can see the most pivotal moments in the future.
yeah, yeah.
Also, spoilers. Why couldn't if Hawkman could use Dr. Fate's powers, why would Dr. Fate just not let Hawkman use his helmet and save himself?
Yeah.
That's right. Exactly.
What
right.
was that bullshit?
Yeah, right.
And where did they show that Hawkman actually like got chosen by the helmet? They made a whole point of it to have that line.
Yeah.
Like the helmet must also choose you. All right, Green
Yeah.
Lantern. It's like, where did that happen in the movie where they showed like Hawkman like you are worthy and shit?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
That looked like the One Ring.
Yeah.
Hawkman was, I don't think they wrote him correctly. That
No.
whole you and me. I was like, all right. That line was like overused the first time you said it.
Yeah.
You don't need to keep repeating that shit.
It's not funny, mate.
No.
Alright.
I don't like the script just wasn't there. And Hodge, like, I don't know if Hodge was like, how the fuck do I play this shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah. He
Because
phoned it in.
Yeah. Like you see Aldous Hodge in One Night in Miami, and then you see him in this, and it's like, why?
Hmm.
Polar opposites.
Yeah. Even in Invisible Man, he's better in there.
Yeah.
Polar opposites.
MC Ren, Invisible Man, One Night in Miami. Fucking excellent performances. It's like they just told him, they were like, hey, look, just do your best Keanu Reeves impression and get it the fuck on.
They sat him down and said, this time's for the money. Right.
Of course. But his fucking outfit, fire.
Yeah. He looked fucking mad.
Yeah, his helmet is almost identical to is it the Alex Ross fucking Hawkman? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was sick.
I like that.
Yeah. Then we got the mother and son. Forgot what their names are. But yeah, they're in there. I think they got probably the most that moved the plot along. I like the dynamic in terms of the mother, the brother, and the son.
Yeah.
Like that brother was hilarious.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah. Adriana and Amon.
Yeah. They I think they did as much as they could do. But they carried, I think, the heart of the film.
Yeah.
In terms of like, you know, here's what these powerful people kind of want, but here's what the people want. And that's what they represented. They got, a sizable chunk of moving the plot forward. But then when they were completely outmatched, you just didn't see them.
No. When it was time to superhero, they were out. I love the conversation that she is having with Hawkman, though, the mother, about how, like, you know, if the world says it's fine that, you know, these corporations and whatnot come down here and basically do whatever they want, and you guys don't come down and stop it, even though they're persecuting the people. Like, where were you last week?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That right there, when she said that line, I was like, why isn't that the main point of the fucking movie? It's like, why do you have the JSA if you're not going to actually, like, you know, stand for justice across the world?
That's right.
It's because it's only like justice when it's affecting, like, you know, a certain other country.
That's right. Or countries that are allied with certain countries.
Yeah. And serve that country. I bet you if the oil in Kahndaq was compromised, they'd be sending the fucking JSA, the JLA, and NATO.
God.
I think that brings us to Black Adam himself.
The man. The myth.
The man in black.
Yeah.
He's getting killed online for not being as charismatic as he normally is in his other movies. I by any means don't believe this was, like, you know, the performance of a lifetime for The Rock. Like, he did better in Southland Tales.
Yeah, that's true.
He was better in Be Cool.
Yeah, he was.
And Doom.
Semper Fi, motherfucker.
And Walking Tall.
I mean, this is a man that he got essentially put in jail for 5,000 years. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to be charismatic.
True.
No. He's going to come out angry and full of rage, exactly like he was in the movie.
Yeah.
I found The Rock's performance better than Aldous Hodge's.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I think he fit the character.
Yeah.
Like, pretty well. You go there, Batto, before
Oh.
I go into my next jam.
And he starts
jam.
monologuing. What do you call it? I don't know. For me, one thing I was really surprised at with myself is that I didn't mind the Terminator-esque relationship between Amon and Black Adam.
Mm.
How it was like that. Like it was a little bit corny, but I actually didn't mind it. Like with the little pieces that they had in there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like just fucking laced all the way through. It was just like a little kid trying to like, you know, hey, you're a superhero, so you got to do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Do you, like, for real, you know how The Rock was originally going to be in Terminator 3?
Yeah.
You guys know that, yeah?
Nah.
If Arnie wasn't going to return, The Rock was ready. That was going to be his first movie. He would have played the Terminator.
Wow.
Do you think he would have had that hair?
Oh man, would have.
Now I'm thinking about it. Do you think he would have had that hair?
That would have been so disgusting.
Oh my god.
That hair is so bad. Which hair though?
The Hawaiian Caesar.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Nah, son.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
At first, when you said that hair, I thought you meant that really bad fucking Eagles peak that Black Adam has in the comics.
Nah, he didn't have like The Rock actually had like a Caesar, but it was way back, remember?
Yeah.
Losing his hair.
Yeah.
What's his face? He would have had that hair.
That was the Welcome to the
Fuck.
Jungle hair.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Jungle hair.
Yeah.
Well,
That was bad.
Where it looked painted on.
yeah. But it
did
looks
look
like they
a
got
hairpiece.
what you talking about, Willis guy, where they just took his Caesar and just put it on the Rock's head.
Fuck. The Rock, he gets a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of the action set pieces in here.
Mm.
The cool thing is that he sells it.
He does.
He sells it completely. What didn't work for me with his with the movie was the whole. It was actually the son that was Black Adam first, or
Yeah.
Teth Adam first, or
Yeah.
Shazam first. But then it ends up being like the father that kind of like it transfers the power and everything.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, they gave that away in the trailer. Why
Mm.
was that such a big beat?
You know what I don't get though is that in the Shazam movie, he gets them all to hold hands and say Shazam, and they all get powers. So how come like the son wasn't getting powers as like he didn't keep his powers?
I don't know. Don't know at
It's
all.
the same wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you call it? Did you guys notice that the dude who plays the champion is the dude who plays Young Rock?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That Ulai Luke Tefu guy, whatever his name was.
Mm.
Yeah.
Speaking of Shazam, do you notice they made no mention of Shazam?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only connective tissue was the wizard.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Jaimin. Yeah.
Which I don't know. It almost feels like The Rock doesn't want any part of that part of the DCEU. He just wants Superman.
Yeah.
That's
Mm.
the only thing that O wants. And
Mm.
it's like, let's like just get this movie out of the way just so we can get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get to the money.
Yeah. Because he's been talking about it. Like he knew about the leaks. He talked about the leaks in interviews a week before.
Yeah.
So like he's clearly just trying to get there.
Mm.
Yeah.
The other thing that I just didn't like was that the last half hour, that final battle with Sabak
Mm.
Mm.
was just like they just tacked it on. It felt like Wonder Woman.
Yeah. That did actually.
Yeah.
But in saying that, I did like the concept of like, here's our champion,
Mm.
but here's the Underworld's champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very I hate to fucking say it, but it was very Dylan Dog for that last fucking fight.
Yeah, the design on him was dog shit.
Yeah. Work. Like you want to, if The Rock is fighting someone, I want to see him fight a person.
Mm.
I don't want
Yeah.
to see him fight like like some CG creation.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, I liked everything that kind of played out with the action in there. Like I liked that they kept the same aesthetic from Man of Steel in
Yeah.
terms of the
Mm.
movement, the flight, the everything.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel like it fit in with the DCEU.
No, it feels like they are going for something different,
Yeah, yeah,
very different. I tell you what, he killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think he kills like 20, 30 people in that first bit when he comes out.
yeah,
Yeah. Destroys that whole fucking team.
Yeah.
And you see it too.
yeah. I mean, they do cut away with like points of impact and everything like that. But
But
yeah,
you
he
see him
killed that whole squad.
You see him throw that one fucking dude though, and throws his arm out of the socket and then just drops the arm.
Hmm.
Yeah. And the helicopter rotator blade just knocks it and just like slams straight into it.
Yeah.
That slow-mo bit reminded me of X-Men Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Are those scenes that they were talking about where they shot it in super, super slow motion?
it could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did
Makes
look
sense.
like it didn't look like it lost any resolution or anything.
No, not at
Like
all.
they were moving super, super slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you kind of tracked everything. You knew that parts of the elements of that shot was practical.
Yeah.
Mm. That
Um,
and the end bit when he comes out the tank.
yeah. The thing that kind of disappointed me the most about this movie was that they got Lorne Balfe, the same guy that composed uh, Mission Impossible Fallout,
Mm.
and they did not give him a chance to make like an iconic score or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas in Fallout, I mean, yeah, they got the Mission Impossible theme and everything, but there are like, little motifs and themes there that really kind of stand out
Yeah.
True.
and hit.
Yeah. That the final 30 minutes in Fallout where it's almost like drums at the
Yeah.
end. Yeah. Shit is iconic.
And that little piano.
Yeah. What do you call it? I noticed they played the old Superman theme as well.
Yeah. Yeah. You know that was a headless Superman,
Mm-hmm.
and it was going to end the same way that Shazam ends with the chest. And apparently, like, they tested it and people loved it. And then WB was like, we need to now get the man. So they actually got Cavill.
You know, if they weren't stupid, they could have recast the Superman right there.
Yeah, that's right.
What an idiot. I like Cavill though.
Same.
Yeah.
I do like
It also
Cavill.
means that Cavill will never ever be Bond now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's done.
yeah,
That's
true.
not happening.
But that's the only reason why you'd want Cavill out of the Superman role, is
That's
so
right.
that you can get him in other projects
That's right.
that isn't just The Witcher.
I see, like, for me, Cavill is the best thing in Fallout.
Yeah,
Like, I see him in that movie, and I'm like, this guy needs to make more movies like this instead of Superman.
Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully he's in that. Like Gareth Evans gets him in Havoc.
Hmm.
That's the Tom Hardy one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That'd be fucking cool.
fuck yeah.
Can you
'Cause-
imagine if Havoc is just Gareth Evans' remake of The Raid?
Sure.
Or Hard Boiled.
Fuck, that'd be sick. Because Cavill is only pushing 40 next year.
Mm.
So homie's still got, what, 20 years? 20 years of good action filmmaking in him?
What do you mean? Stallone, he's got like 40 years.
True.
Yeah.
Cavill stay in shape like this, good 40 years.
So overall, I enjoyed the movie. Like I would give it a pass.
Hmm.
It's not the one that is going to change everything. But
No, it's a solid 2.5 out of 5 movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you like your ratings out there, I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna rate it 2. 2 is a solid movie.
I gave it a 2.5 on what's his face on Letterboxd.
Hmm.
Yeah, I get that. Nothing is over a 5. I've made the rule now. The highest you'll get is a 4.5, my friends.
What is that movie? What is that movie for you?
Me,
Yeah.
a 4.5 movie is Heat, is Jaws.
Hmm.
Very good.
This went straight to Portnoy. It's a 7.9.
Yeah.
It's a 7.9. You can't put it any higher than that.
No, I'm thinking 8-1.
That's a good score. It's an 8.1.
For this
8-1.
place, it's good.
8-1 is a very good score.
Yeah.
Because the 8-1, he tells like the raid going by Dave's scale, he wants everyone to drive from wherever they are to try this pizza. He calls it the drive. Like you have to take the drive to come get the pizza. I seen Dave just this week review gas station pizza,
Hmm.
and that guy got an 8-1.
Guys,
Shit.
too.
Killed it. Makes his own water at his wild boy.
Fucking always makes me feel like pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That is a wrap. You can catch us on all social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Check out our website, smokeandmirrorspodcast.com. And love yourself and love movies.
Vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.